Hey YouTube, it's Cynthia again. I'm here today to show y'all how I'm going to be preparing my beef chunk steak for some steak wraps. And I have some freshly chopped garlic, onions, basil, thyme, and parsley ready to go into the skillet right here, which I have some extra virgin olive oil in. And as soon as this heats up, which I set to about a 5 so we can start heating it, as soon as that heats up, I'll be back so we can start sauteing the fresh veggies to put in here and seasoning our meat and getting it ready to go so y'all can see how it turns out. I'll be back real soon. Alright YouTube, I'm back and I'm about to put a little pinch of the seasoning up in here to see if it's hot enough. And it looks like it is, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Put our fresh chopped vegetables and seasonings on in here and get them sauteing. And while they saute is where we're going to start seasoning our meat. But give me 1 second, I'm going to put this inside and I will be right back with you. I won't be that long and I'm not going to pause, so give me 1 second. Alrighty, I'm back. And now while this is, like I said, getting its simmer on, we are going to start getting the meat seasoned and ready to go in here. So with our meat today, as I've said in the past, I do like to use my paprika because it is good for a major bodily organ. I just don't remember which one. So I use it on most all my meals. If I don't have it, then I will go without until I can get to the store. But I love having it. Got 2 pieces here that I got to season. Alrighty. And this one here, you can put as much on there as you want. It's just really good for, like I said, an organ of yours. And it's very healthy. Then I'm going to put some ground black pepper onto this. Like so. Like so. And then we are going to add some garlic and herb all-purpose seasoning onto them for some flavor. And there we go. And then we have right here our mozzarella steak seasoning for your steak, and we're making steak tonight, so best thing to use on it. Season it as you wish, as much as you want or as little as you want. It's up to you on all your seasonings. Then we are going to have some Tony Satchery full seasoning and add a little bit on here. There we are. And don't forget to make sure that you stir your vegetables in the process. They are getting nice and brown and tender now. And so here soon we will turn this down to probably about a 3 and let it slowly cook at first. And come and flip it every once in a while. So with that being said, let me make sure I got that on the bottom one. And then, I'm sorry, that was my truck. My husband's running to the store for me. And then we're going to add just a little bit of salt. Whatever salt you want to use, it don't matter. You pour it into the palm of your hand so you don't get too much. And you just get your pinch and sprinkle it over your meat. And then you do that as ever many as you have. You do that for each one. Just pinch it over. And seeing that there ain't much left, I'm just going to do like that for the rest of that. And now this looks like it's real nice and golden. And I'm going to turn this down to a 3. And give me 1 quick second. I'm going to go get a lid to put over this to keep the heat in. Give me 1 quick minute. Alrighty YouTube, I'm back with the lid, and now I'm going to go ahead and got this down to a 3, and I'm going to put this seasoned side down. I can only do one at a time, so that's alright. And I'm going to put a lid over the top and let it simmer for a few. I'll be back within like 5 to 7 minutes, and I'll see you real soon YouTube. Alright YouTube, I'm back. It's been about 5 minutes, and I'm going to flip this first steak over and let it simmer on the other side for about the same amount of time, about 5 minutes, and we'll be back with y'all. And when I get ready to flip it again, I'm going to cut my lemon and just squirt a little bit over the top of them, and when I flip it again, I squirt a little bit on the bottom to give it a little bit of citrus flavor. So I'll be right back with y'all real soon. Alright YouTube, I'm back, but I'm not going to flip this just yet. It still needs a little bit of time. It's only been about a minute and a half. I'm just moving the vegetables around and the seasonings, the fresh ones, and that way they don't burn and they stay nice and golden as long as we possibly can keep them that way. And the steak is starting to look really nice. So we'll be right back to put the lemon juice on here and to flip it. Stay tuned. Alright YouTube, I am back, and now I'm going to cut the lemon so we can put the juices on. There we go. Like I said before, try to knock the seeds out so that way they don't get onto the food. And there we go. Got where I can't see no more. So I'm going to flip my steak over, and I'm going to add my lemon juice to it. Just a little bit. You don't need a whole lot unless you like that citrus flavor. My husband's not a big fan of it, so I don't try to use a whole lot. And I still got enough left over on this one for the other side when I go to flip it one last time before pulling it off and letting it sit. So on this time around, we are going to do maybe 2.5 minutes, and then we will flip it and do another 2.5 minutes and squeeze the lemon juice on there, of course, before that. And then we'll pull it off, let it sit, and then we'll get the second one going. I'll be back real soon, YouTube. Okay, YouTube, it's been about 2.5 minutes. I'm going to take this and I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to put the lemon on the other side of it, just like so. And let it go for about another 2.5 minutes on the other side. And then we'll pull it off and let it sit while we cook the second one up, and then we'll be ready to cut them. I'll be back soon, YouTube. Alright everybody, I'm going to go ahead and pull this one on off and let it sit at the side and finish cooking the rest of the way that it needs to cook. And we're going to get the second one going. I like to put it seasoned side down first to help cook the seasonings into it more with the flavoring. And we're going to let this one turn this up again because 3 is a little low now, so we're going to do about a 4. And again, we're going to let it cook for about 5 minutes, and then we will come back and turn it and do it for another 5 minutes before we add the lemon juice. So I'll be back with y'all here in about 5 minutes. Alright YouTube, I'm back, and now we're ready to flip this one here. Let's get that flipped. There we go. And it does look real good. And while this one is simmering on the other side for about 5 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and get this one here. Let me hold it with the fork so it don't slide off. Then I'm going to go ahead and get this one right here, cut on down a little bit for this evening for our steak wraps, keto friendly. And with the wraps, me and my husband and my son usually use, well, my husband usually uses the low carb or carb balance. That's one he uses, the carb balance, while me and my oldest son uses the low carb wheat ones, whole wheat, and they are really good to eat. Those are some real flavorful ones, and it is real good on the keto diet. You can have that. And oh, that's hot right there. I'm getting the steam, so I might move here to the front of this, and I'm going to move my camera a little bit so we can continue seeing each other. I just dropped something, but I'll figure that out here in a short. Now, let me move that out of the way and continue cutting this meat. Now, you can cut it as thick or as thin as you want, and you can make it any way you want. Me, I like to cut them about this thick right here. And I'm about to call my son over, the one y'all met before, Cyrus, and have him do a taste test. So give me 1 second. Y'all might hear me call his name here. Cyrus! Alrighty, he should be coming around real soon, and I can give him a taste test, and he can tell y'all how it came out. And there we go. I try to get the fat off of there all the time as I possibly can. Cyrus! I might have to go and get him, and if I do, I'll pause the video so I won't leave y'all hanging while I do that, because I'm going to have to probably find him. So I'm going to finish cutting this, and I'll come back and have him do a taste test on here for y'all and tell y'all how it tastes, and I'll do one with him. There we are. And like I said, I like to get the fat off of there and just try to leave the meat. And I do have a dog, and I show her in one of my previous videos for a few seconds, and I like to give her the fat sometimes off the meats. Here we go. She is 6 years, my pup is 6 years old, and she is adored in this family. And we also have a cat that is about 6 years old also. Her name is Feisty. Y'all get to meet her in a later video. Oh, and here comes Cyrus right here. Let me have him do a taste test for me real quick. Tell the audience what you think. Oh, you okay there? Yeah. Alrighty. Come up in the camera view so they can see you and tell them what you think.
Sour, sweet, and...
Would you like to do a taste test and tell the audience?
Sure.
Go ahead. Make sure you can come in the view where they can see you.
Or
Yes, it's steak.
it's good. It's seasoned nicely, and I like the texture. Good.
Nice. Thank y'all. And I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting this. I'm going to pause it and finish cutting this. And when I come back, we'll be flipping this piece of meat and adding the lemon. It shouldn't be too long. Stay tuned. Alright, I'm back, everyone. And now I got these all nicely, let me bring the camera down so we don't lose it. I got these all nicely chopped up. And I'm about to flip this one here, and we're going to add the lemon juice to this one also. Flip it over. And I'm using extra virgin olive oil to cook it in, if y'all were wondering. I forgot to tell y'all. And I'm trying to remove the seeds right here out of this lemon. And one more right there. Alrighty. As I was removing the seeds, and now I'm going to squeeze some of this over the side of it. And then when we come back in about 3.5 minutes, 2.5 minutes, we will go ahead and turn it and add the lemon to the other side. Wait 1 second so I can get this off of there. There we go. It was a seed. Like I said, forks come in handy. So I'm going to place the lid back on and let it simmer for about another 2.5 minutes. And then we will be right back to finish up, and I will cut it up. I'm using the Germ-X right now to clean my hands, to keep them sanitized while I'm doing the video. Y'all haven't got to see me use it, but I am using it, so y'all know my hands are sanitized as I'm cooking, and they're staying sanitized. So I'll be back soon, and I will finish this video in just a short. See y'all real soon, YouTube. Alright, YouTube, I'm back again. I'm about to flip the steak over and add the lemon juice to this second side and let it finish cooking for about 2.5 to 3 minutes, and then it will be ready to cut down and to serve. And we are going to cut down some tomato to go with ours, and we are also going to show y'all the wrap. Well, I'm going to show y'all the wraps that we're going to be using, and you can use any shredded cheese. For us, we are going to be using the Mexican style blend cheese, and this is the Carb Balance one that my husband uses, and this one here is the whole wheat tortillas that me and my son use, and they are low carb. So that's what we are going to use to make our steak wraps with. So stay tuned. We will have about another 1.5 to 2 minutes to go here, and I'll be coming back, letting it sit and getting it cut. So y'all will see me here in a minute when I let it sit before the cutting process starts happening. So I'll be back real soon, YouTube. Hang on. Alright everybody, I'm back and I am turning the stove off now. We done did both sides. And I am going to pull the steak out and I'm going to let it sit for a few minutes and cut it down like I did with the other one. And I'm going to place the lid back on so that way we don't get popped with the grease. I will be back real soon to show y'all the finishing touches. So stay tuned and I'll be right back with y'all. Alright YouTube, before I cut, I'm going to go ahead and sanitize my hands one more time. And while the video was paused, I did cut down my tomatoes so that way it can go on there with it. Y'all can still add like lettuce, sour cream, all that. But right now we don't have all that. So I am now cutting down the last steak. And then I'll show y'all my wrap when I am done with it. Or even let my son make his and show y'all his as soon as he's done with it. Unless he wants to come and make it now and y'all can see it real quickly before I get done with the meat on the cutting process of it. Okay. You get the one right there. Go ahead and make yours. And I'm going to use that to show the viewers what it looks like when you are done. Here we go. Trying to make sure that there's very, very little fat on my meat at all. And there we go.
It's a big birdie.
Alrighty. I'm concentrating right now. If y'all don't hear me talking, it's just because I'm kind of concentrating on getting the fat cut off of here as best as I can. There's some cheese right under this. Throw this away, please. Thank you. And we are almost halfway done with this other one.
Like the stringy parts of the animal?
The fat is like the fatty tissues and stuff of the animal. Alrighty, and when you get done,
I love how the red pepper flakes just go on.
Let's see. There we go.
Oh, you need to add more cheese than that.
And this is how he likes it. This is how he likes to have his done up. If y'all, I don't think y'all can even see it. Hang on. That's how he likes to have his. There we go. That's how he likes to make his. And if we had sour cream, he would have that on there in a heartbeat. Now you can go eat. And that is how it will be looking when it's done all the way. And I also want to give a huge shout out to a special lady that got me a start on doing my YouTube channel, Chatty Cathy 71. I just wanted to give you a shout out and tell you thank you for your support and getting me started on YouTube. And I hope everybody has a great evening. And yes, this was filmed right before I seen my daughter, but it's not going out until after I see my daughter. So y'all have a great day, YouTube, and I'll see y'all in the next video.